that control what we do and don't do. And that's every minute of the day. And we all know the saying that it's within every successful goal that you will ever achieve, there will be one thing in common, that you believed in yourself. But you can always turn that around. That in every goal you failed to go after, one thing that you'll have in common each time is that you failed to believe in yourself, or you held on to some limiting belief instead of attaching an empowering belief to it. So then today, here's a question for you. How do you feel about going after your dreams right now at this time in your life? How do you feel about starting that something new for you? Whether it's getting out and creating a new life in a new country or a new city, whether it's starting that dream business that you always wanted to start, or whether it's doing something like painting or art or something you've always had a passion for but you've never ever gone and done it. How do you feel about going after those dreams that you have right now at this time of your life? Go on, be honest. Because often we will all say, you know what? That's what I want. Yes, that's what I want to do. And yet for so many of us, even when we say the words, we have this undercurrent or this feeling in our stomach that says, oh my goodness, I doubt myself. I don't know if I can do it. And that self-doubt and vulnerability is there. That unsaid belief, that unproven belief is that undercurrent to what we want. And that's where it all starts. Either we take on an empowering belief and we get out and make what we want to happen, or we take on a limiting belief that has us stay small, has us stay exactly where we are right now today. Now, we all know that, I think it was Henry Ford that said that quote, if you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. And it's one of my most favourite quotes, especially for people that say they can't, because that's exactly what's going to happen. But if you go back to that question I just asked about starting your own business, creating a new life or whatever it is you're wanting, if you are having those thoughts in any way, shape or form that are limiting you, then it doesn't matter how great your ideas are or how great the opportunities are that you are exposed to, you will never ever have the power to overcome something without action. Now, does that make sense? If I go back to what I said to you in the beginning, that everything around you began with a thought, but the instance or the power came when someone believed they could take the thought and turn it into reality. And so when we say we want something, or even when we tell people we want something, it's still just a thought. We actually have to have that spark of belief. We have to turn it into action for it to become reality. And that's the key. Are you ready to believe in what you want? Are you ready to get out there and start taking action to make whatever it is you want a reality? Because whatever our belief is, whether it's limiting or whether it's empowering, it will be our beliefs that will determine our actions, which in turn will verify whether our beliefs are true or not. And guess what? It doesn't matter whether our beliefs are true or not. That was the definition of a belief. But over time, what we do is we generate more evidence, whether empowering or limiting, and our beliefs become more and more entrenched in us and who we are, and more real to us. And so with everything in life, we have a choice. We can believe we can, or we can believe we can't. It's often that simple. And yet often it's one of the hardest things to do, is to believe we can. Often it's one of the hardest things to do, to just accept how extraordinary we are, how extraordinary we can really be, and believe in ourselves and our abilities. So it sounds so simple, believe we can or believe we can't. And yet that's the hardest part, is to believe in us, to believe in our strengths, to believe in our abilities. And it is the most rewarding thing. Because belief is that hidden superpower. It's that hidden firecracker that makes it all work. It's the power of belief that starts that motion going, that spurs us to take that action necessary to turn our ideas and our dreams into reality. And so I hope that's kind of got you thinking a little bit there about your beliefs. Are you ready to believe in yourself? Are you ready to believe in your dreams and in your goals becoming reality? But then again, well, of course, when we start talking about this, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, okay, Anna, I have the belief. But how can we cultivate and really believe in our beliefs? How can we cultivate empowering beliefs versus limiting beliefs? And I would love to say to you that it's kind of like, just be like Dumbo and magic can happen. But we all know that's not going to happen. Changing our limiting beliefs into empowering beliefs will not just happen by magic. We cannot just depend on positive thinking and then wait for good things to happen. Hence the question I asked, are you ready to believe? Because it doesn't just happen. You have to take action. You have to do something. Because it was said, and I don't know who said this, but I have it written down in my books, that nothing is impossible to someone who dares to believe, but then it adds and acts daily to realize that belief. Now that is the key for me. 2 quotes. The one by Henry Ford that says, what does that say? The one by Henry Ford that says, you can believe you can, or you can believe you can't, whichever way you're right. And then this one, that nothing is impossible to someone who dares to believe and then acts daily to realize that belief. And 2 points out of there. Firstly, by daring to believe will open up ideas and possibilities that maybe you haven't even conceived yet. That's the way it works. It starts with your thoughts. And so the question again, are you ready to believe? Do you dare to believe in yourself? Because nothing is impossible to one who is ready to believe, who dares to believe. But then there's that second part of that quote, that believing is not enough. Just saying I believe is not enough. No matter how much faith or certainty you have in that belief, it has to be followed by action. And what kind of action? It's said there to act daily to realize that belief. So it's daily action designed specifically to help you realize your vision, to help you believe in your vision, and to help you get out there and make it reality. And so if you ask how do we cultivate empowering beliefs versus limiting beliefs? It's a 2-part process. It's actually believing in the idea or the thought, and then it's taking action. And one without the other just doesn't work. It will not help you succeed to that quantum level, to take that quantum leap in your life into your future. So let's just round off today's show by really thinking about what action you can take daily if you're ready to believe. And I think I have 3 or 4 parts, 3 or 4 actions that I think are totally relevant and totally possible for us all to do if we are ready to take our limiting beliefs and turn them into empowering beliefs. And number one, it's all about creating the picture and really looking at your life. And I create a picture by asking myself questions to have me focus on what it is that I want to be, what is I want life to be, so that I can create a stronger connection to what I want and to my beliefs. And so write this down, 3 questions that really get you thinking about your big picture. Ask yourself every day, what difference would it have made today if I had had absolutely unshakable belief in my ability to achieve what I put my mind to? And really check in with yourself and see, did you really take the action around the belief that you could achieve anything you put your mind to? And then the second question, okay, if I dared to believe, if I dared to dream and believe in myself that I had no fear of failure and that my conviction, my belief was this strong, what would I have done differently? Because those are the keys. Sometimes we think we believe in ourselves, we think we have empowering beliefs, but when we really dig down, maybe we haven't taken the action around creating the power in our beliefs. So the first step in changing a belief from a limiting belief to an empowering belief is to become consciously aware of our belief and the impact it's making on our life every day and the difference that it could make. Number 2, and this is one that's key for me, we need to be our own best cheerleader. We need to be out there cheerleading for ourselves and encouraging ourselves each and every minute of the day to get out there and take action, to get our tasks done, to make it as easy as possible for us to get out there and take action and make our beliefs a reality. But sometimes, and why this one is important, is that believing in ourselves can be really difficult when we're facing challenges or our goal is too big and too daunting. Now, it's always cool to have dreams, and I totally believe in dreams. But for us to be able to take our limiting beliefs and turn them into empowering beliefs, we need to take our goals down and our dreams down into bite-sized actions so they become much easier to achieve. And this is what I love 90-day planning, for chunking down my big picture into monthly, weekly, daily, even hourly tasks when I'm not feeling that great, so that I am able to take just small, doable steps every day on that journey to my dream business, my dream lifestyle, whatever it is that I'm going to achieve that day or that week or that month. And by doing this, I can become my own cheerleader and I can encourage myself more as I get these small tasks done. And as each small task builds, I can see it leading to taking that quantum leap into my future. So number 1, we become consciously aware of our beliefs and its impact on our life. Number 2, we become the best cheerleader we can to ourselves by chunking down our big picture and making doable steps every day on our journey to wherever it is we want to be. And then number 3, as we create those doable steps and as we achieve them, we want to start counting our wins. Because as humans, we naturally have this tendency to get stuck on the negative. Instead of thinking about all those small doable steps that we've accomplished every day, we focus on our losses for the day. Instead of counting our wins and finding out all of the good things that have taken place, we get stuck on the negative. So by chunking down our big picture, by creating doable actions, then the next step is learning to celebrate the wins we have every day, and this will reinforce our beliefs. At the end of the day, an action to take is to look back and see what you have accomplished and celebrate your wins, no matter how big or how small, because we all love a celebration. And then finally, number 4, as you count your wins daily, always